The Water and Power Authority will once again receive supplies of much-needed propane after the WAPA board approved a temporary authorization to purchase short-term supplies through March 31st. The spot market purchase authorization will ease the cost burden associated with the agency running 100% of power generation operations on diesel, which is currently twice as expensive as propane. Although WAPA did not disclose the company from which it is purchasing the propane, consortium journalists have learned via well-placed sources that the supplier is Vitol, the same company that cut off propane shipments to WAPA in late November following an impasse on how WAPA was going to pay Vitol a claimed propane infrastructure debt of $150 million. We understand that the short-term agreement is separate from still ongoing negotiations on that massive debt, but WAPA Director of Corporate Communications, Chanel Peterson, has yet to respond to our requests for clarity and confirmation. The utility has been operating on diesel since Vitol suspended propane deliveries, making power generation in the territory more expensive and less efficient. The generators that use diesel are less reliable than its propane units, WAPA explained. Additionally, using diesel as the sole fuel source meant that generation redundancy was reduced, making loss of electricity and power rotations more challenging to mitigate. Now that WAPA will have access to propane once more, St. Croix's Estate Richmond plant can operate entirely on the lower-cost fuel, while the Randolph-Harley power plant on St. Thomas will consume both propane and diesel in a hybrid configuration. WAPA's board will allow spot market purchases of up to the equivalent of $500,000 per day. Under the previous contract with Vitol, average propane costs were between $350,000 and $400,000 daily. The extra ceiling is to accommodate fluctuations in transportation costs or market price increases, WAPA said. Additionally, moving to spot market supply may require the agency to pay for an entire delivery at once instead of day by day. It is hoped that a new supply contract with Vitol or another supplier will be inked before this temporary authorization expires at the end of the first quarter of 2023.